everyone, and welcome back to Sam
and Jay.
Oh my gosh, you're so quick now.
Try again.
Jay washed his face with ginger shampoo and his eyes got so red he had to just do a bunch of eye drops. Who does that? He just takes whatever's on his head and puts it in his face.
That's how I wash my face.
Well,
I don't wash my face.
Did a bit too much.
I wash my hair and then whatever goes in them. When I'm rinsing my head, and then I'm done.
His eyes looked wrecked.
So if you want skin tips from me, that's all I got.
Ginger shampoo from the Body Shop.
Just wash.
Maybe your eyes gets a little red.
Wash your face with your hair shampoo.
So this day, we are gonna do our This Is Us recap episode. Is it 11? I think last week was 10. I'm pretty sure this is 11.
I think so.
So I have tons of notes. Again, I took the notes. I know, I'm a very outstanding student.
That's your horn.
Is it?
Tooted.
Okay. The first scene is the big three getting separate beds, and then Rebecca has a cold and a cough, so she zonks out. And Jack, being the almighty, fabulous father and husband that he is, says, I got this, I'll put them to bed. He's watching The Shining. Randall, little baby Randall, comes down, says he's scared, and then he goes up and ends up sleeping on the bed or on the floor next to him in his new bed. So we start off, and this is exactly what we said last week, that they're playing up so that Randall can have his massive breakdown.
Like you did a while back.
Yeah. And I knew it was coming when they just keep challenging him, and then they started off that way. I was like, okay, this is gonna be about Randall and his stress. Because I feel like Randall takes on too much, doesn't he? She's just like mowing down her food over here. So please excuse Fiona that she picks the worst possible times. Then we move on to the fellow.
In the downstairs
with the knife. So it was a knife. It wasn't a gun, it was a knife, which is better than a gun.
Yeah.
But still kind of sketch.
Well, still.
Yeah. So Randall is like, you can see that he's really scared, but he kind of did what you said you were gonna do, is basically say, here's my money. He throws the money. He's very responsible about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't do his karate moves like I said I would do. And basically he throws the money, says, I've got security, that was smart, saying that he's got security cameras even though he doesn't. You're already, you've already been what's it, and then basically just don't hurt us or you're gonna have to get past me. And then the guy just steals the money and runs. So that was like,
I thought that was well handled. I
guess.
I
think he did really good.
I don't know what else you could have done.
It could have gone really wrong.
Because like otherwise it would have gone bad. And the guy clearly wasn't there to kill people.
No,
he was just there to.
He needed some drugs.
Steal stuff.
I think he wanted money for drugs.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, money, sweet, I'm out.
That's exactly what I came for. We are going into a dream of Randall, and Randall sees Rebecca out in the garden. First of all, you know it's a dream when someone's out there having a nice time in the garden with this big massive storm coming. So there's like a big storm coming. His mom's out in the garden, and it goes to him being a teen, and then he's like screaming and he's trying to open the window, he's trying to get out, he's like locked in this house trying to save her, but he can't. And I think it just, shows that like when he has no control over things, that's when he starts to melt.
It's the control thing is when he's he's
doesn't
dreaming.
Do well.
Like whenever they were talking about it and she was saying she couldn't breathe, like she was comparing, like it seems like the dreams compared to like a tough thing, but
I feel like that's kind of what his is
control. His
trigger is control, when he has no control of his outcome or his situation. And I can relate with that because I'm kind of a control freak, and okay, I am. He's like, but like when I don't have the control, like when I can't make the outcome how I want it, or I have no control over the situation, it's so irritating. Like luckily I don't get as bad as Randall, but I don't like not being able to be in control of like what's happening in my life.
Yeah. You're pretty bad about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty awful. Okay, so
I wouldn't say you're that like where it affects your dreams and your.
No, I don't get as stressed as he does, but it is an irritating thing to me.
That would be really tough if you had to deal with that though.
And he's a very kind of extreme personality too. He's like, a super go-getter and a achiever.
Yeah, and he's like he deals with He deals with stress by going for a run.
I wish that was my stress.
Yes, seriously.
I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and have a piece of cake.
Oh, I'm stressed out. I'm gonna go run. Yeah.
I wish. Okay, so then this was like all about Randall. So then the fire alarm goes off in his college when he's back in college. We're going into like a flashback, and he's freaking out, which number one is obviously because his dad burned in a fire. So I think you would always be scared of a fire alarm. And then he goes to Beth, says, we got to get out of here. And Beth calms him down and says, it's a drill. So I think that from the beginning, they're trying to say that like Beth has always been that kind of like steady, like calm, like talks him out of his. But
they showed him when he was a baby in the beginning, or a little toddler, that
his dad did it.
He's just, well, yeah, his dad did it because he was stressy.
Yeah.
And then his dad's like, okay. And then Beth took over. And then,
yeah, like he always has to have that calming person. Okay, so then the police come and do the little walkthrough, and he says not to do a fingerprint dusting upstairs because he's like, oh, I caught him right as he came in. And I'm gonna think, oh, that was so close. So he says, don't worry about dusting upstairs, it's fine, just dust downstairs. And then the police says sometimes they'll come back the same day or the following day. So he tells the girls and Beth to go to a hotel, but he wants to stay, which I thought was kind of silly. If I was Beth, I would have been like, no, you're not gonna stay. You're gonna get this sorted out and then you're gonna come to the hotel with us. I don't wanna leave you to die. Would you stay or would you come with us to the hotel?
I don't think any of us would leave. I mean, I doubt they would come back.
Wait a minute, you wouldn't go to a hotel?
No.
You're cheap, but that's because he's cheap.
That dude ain't gonna come back.
He might. He might come back for another paycheck.
And the other thing I don't agree with throwing the guy a wad of cash either, because he's gonna be like easy money. That guy, I would have told that guy to,
Oh, okay, so now you're going back on what you said before.
Yeah. I was thinking about it when I was watching. When I watched it last night, I thought, you know, you go and throw this guy a wad of cash, because that billfold probably had I don't know, let's say a few $100 in it.
Who has that much cash in their pocket?
I don't know. So like,
maybe rich people do.
You throw that to him, and then the guy's gonna be like, man, I just walked in this guy's house and he threw me a wad of cash.
He's gonna do it again.
He's gonna be like, this is like an ATM. Like, he needed to like
to scare him,
freak out, and grab a bat and just start running after him or something. Like, I mean, the guy, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Don't mind Fiona. This is her ritual, okay, of squeaking her koala every time we're trying to talk.
Anytime we have a chat,
she's by my feet. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
If I'm talking to her about something,
if I'm on the phone,
she wants to talk.
Obsessed with that koala.
It's really cute.
It's
I'm sorry.
Oh, she's so mad.
I'm sorry.
She was just popping up, trying to get her little look. She's so mad. Oh dear, poor Fiona. Just go throw it in another room for her.
Hey, it's on the couch. Go find it.
Go find your koala.
Like, oh, I will.
She's like, oh, I'll get it. Don't you? Oh yeah, she's gonna squeak it so loud now.
Here it comes.
Oh, she found it. Okay, so she's crazy.
Cue the squeaky toy. Yep, there it goes.
Okay, so then
I don't know. I'm kind of torn on how.
So I would go to a hotel, but I would make you come with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you're hardcore, so
I don't know that I would. I don't know. I don't think I could have. I don't think I would. I mean, it's my house. And I wouldn't want to.
You're not scared about that kind of stuff.
I'm not scared of that stuff. And like that guy, if he knows that he can come in the first night, get a wad of cash. I'm just talking about the show, and then the next night he comes back and nobody's home. Like, what? You're just telling.
So you would stay.
You're just telling this fellow, hey man, this is an easy house to just bring your friends to, and next thing you know, it's just going to continue. This guy needs to know. He needs to pick another place.
Yeah.
And get a life.
You're right. Okay, so then
I would stay. Have some friends come over.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd get like a bunch of people.
Recruit some guys from the gym. Okay.
So then we move on to him calling Kevin to kind of pass the time, because he keeps waking up at like 2 in the morning. And he calls Kevin, and Kevin is going to Sophie's mom's funeral. And we'll talk about that later. Then,
which is probably why Sophie called in the previous episode.
To say that her mom had passed away. But my question is, I'm not gonna call my ex-boyfriend if one of my family members passes away right now.
If you're single?
No, why would I do that? They're my exes. Once I'm done with you, I'm done.
But what if you
I'm done, honey.
Even if it's Kevin, a rich actor who is really attractive.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean,
imagine it's him.
I can't.
Squidgy bum bum.
Oh my gosh, so sorry, you guys. This is so unprofessional. Really? Okay, so then we go on to Randall at work. He's not being able to focus. He has his little security monitor system thing beeping off all the time. And then that one fellow, what's his name? I don't know how to pronounce his name properly.
Who?
What's his name?
The guy who
Malik's
works?
Dad. He comes to
yeah,
try,
the guy from the guy from House, the old House.
Yes.
I don't know.
Anyway, he comes to chat with him about
I'm terrible with names.
the bill that they're passing or something or other, and he just basically like completely ignores him, and he's looking at his phone because he's so freaked out about this break-in. So then the fellow, I can't remember his name, just is like, you know what, I'll talk to you at the town meeting. And it just kind of is building up that this town hall meeting is going to be like so stressful. They're back in college. Randall wants Beth to sleep over every single night because he keeps on having these terrible dreams about his mom and his dad. And he dreams that his dad is back and alive, but like he's passed, but then he's back. And everyone's having a good time at dinner, and he's just like, you are dead. Why cannot anyone see this? And he's like talking in his sleep. Oh my gosh.
I can't concentrate.
I can tell. Why don't you go put her somewhere?
Give me your koala.
Take the koala.
She just drops it. Sorry, Squidgy.
Sorry, you're gonna have to find another hobby for a moment.
You have to wait.
So, of course, Beth is there to calm him down, but like these dreams are like haunting him. Like they're so intense. They're
terrible.
Yeah.
Nightmares.
Yeah. And it's just like, you
Realistic.
can see that he's just such a stressy person, poor Randall.
He's just a mess.
He is a mess.
All I could think about is how, I don't know how they get anything done in a co-ed dorm at a college.
You would not be sleeping.
I mean,
maybe eventually.
They made it seem like all they do is study and
That's
read.
highly unlikely. I've never been to college, so I wouldn't know.
And they just made it seem like it was real, like, yeah, right. Give me a break.
You know where Jay's at. You know what he would be doing in college if he went? He probably would never come out with a degree.
I'd be in there for 20 years. 20 years and 20 kids.
That's hilarious, yeah. Probably best you didn't go.
Probably
and probably cheaper.
Yeah, well, that's why.
Yeah. So, okay, so then he gets home and his alarm, the new alarm, he's back into real life now, is going off. And of course you can see that he's like panicking, he's freaking out.
The house alarm when he gets
The house
back.
alarm, yes, he gets back home. And Beth had just triggered it and didn't know what she was doing. But you can see like they're just building this whole time. They're just like, he's just starting to boil.
And this was all in the same week where he finds out his mom
he didn't take time off work.
Losing her.
Oh yeah.
This is all the same. That's why they called it the Hell Week or whatever.
Because the mom. Rebecca has lost her.
Rebecca's losing her mind.
Yeah.
The house gets broken into because he got home.
Yeah.
The night that it got broken into. This is only the next day.
So much going
on. Wasn't there something else?
The town hall meeting.
The town hall meeting, and
super stressful.
I feel like there's something else. So this is like all these things are happening to him. So he's
freaking out. It's like,
I feel like he can really take on things at a time, but if they all
at the same time,
boy, he just, poor guy.
It's so stressful. So then the following morning, she's looking for her earrings because she says, okay, today we're gonna have this special day, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna get through your problems, and you need to take a moment off of work.
Like
and,
a date day or something.
So she goes trying to look for her earrings, and her earrings are missing, and she had left them right on the counter. And then he goes to look for his cufflinks are missing. They were right on the counter. So then they realize that the intruder had come up to the bedroom. That is what got me. Because then he was seeing her sleeping. That's freaking creepy. Like, I don't like that whatsoever. So you can tell that Randall is like, oh my gosh, this is where I feel like he really starts to like.
Yeah, I feel like he really felt, like I feel like when he felt like he caught the guy and saved the day.
He kind of was like hero.
Yeah, I caught you at the back door. You didn't get up to my family, and you didn't come back.
Yeah.
But then he goes and finds out that the guy was actually snooping around the house, and he caught the guy on the way out.
Which is so creepy.
And he is like, he feels fooled, like and duped and creeped out, and like, had, and like I feel like he really feels.
That's like, it's one thing if
know?
you like think like, oh, I just caught him and he's gone, but to think that he could have been.
The guy could have been in there for an hour.
Oh.
Looking around, eating lunch.
Totally. Creeper.
I mean, who knows?
So then he starts having these dreams about this intruder taking the jewelry and then being a creeper on Beth, touching her slowly while she's sleeping and not knowing.
I think that's what
did it to him.
He don't care about cufflinks or earrings.
No.
He's like...
It's like, my wife was there.
Plus he had a knife.
Oh.
I mean, the fact of what he could have done. He could have came home to a much...
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
He could have come home to a much different situation.
Yeah, I mean, they got very lucky. Malik's dad, the one that had formerly gone into the office to try and chat with him before the town hall meeting, goes to his house and basically starts talking to him about how he can tell that he's stressed, and Malik told him about the break-in and why, and he also had a meltdown, a slight meltdown at the town hall meeting. You could tell he was getting
his phone was going
really
off that there was movement at the home.
Yeah.
Which was like...
so distracting. And then everyone's talking to him, and he did pull it together in the end, but you could tell it was a bit of a struggle.
But it wasn't a normal Randall.
It wasn't good.
If it was a normal Randall, like he'd have been like...
killing it.
Yeah.
So Malik's dad comes over to say like, hey, if you need to talk, you should go see a therapist. Like, it's really good. I've seen one, and you know, sometimes you just need to do this. And I felt like we actually discussed this when we were watching. The way that Randall handled it, like at first I was like, oh cool, he's sitting down, he's listening. But then he kind of did a real DICK move when he's like, basically like, you know what, I've got this, I run. Maybe you need therapy, but I run. And I felt like he could have handled it. It came across as cocky.
He didn't even say bye or thanks or anything to the guy.
No, he just puts his little things in.
He's like, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he just puts his things in, I run, and then he just takes off. He doesn't
I didn't like the way he handled that.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming by.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Or, you know, I'll look into, or just tell the guy I'll look into it.
Yeah.
He just literally just
which is kind of like
runs off.
Surprising, because Randall is normally such a kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he normally like, he wants people to.
Maybe he's just so
overwhelmed that he's just like, I can't deal with you.
He doesn't even realize he's being a jerk.
He is kind of cocky. I didn't really like that. That was like super like rich guy like attitude, and I don't like that at all. Because I think the guy he was going out of his way to be really, really nice and like helpful and be like, dude, I see that you're struggling, let me help you. And then for Randall to just kind of brush him off like, maybe you need therapy, but I'm good. I was just kind of like, Randall, I'm disappointed in you. That was not good. Okay, so then Beth and Randall talk about their dreams and like, you know, how she was dreaming about her dad when he passed, about the choking because of the lung cancer, and then he's basically got no control, and you know, it was about his dad dying or being there even though he had died. And then on his run, you see him like, you know, thinking about the guy touching Beth who intruded into the house, and then the thief.
Yeah, the mugger.
The mugger is like, it's mugging a lady like in real life, you know, while he's on his run. And in his mind, he is like seeing the fellow intruding into the home, and he just goes and like pounds on him, which saves the day because he did save the lady from getting mugged and all this kind of stuff. But I think where the meltdown comes is that in his mind, everyone thinks he's the hero, but in his mind he was actually taking his aggression out on the intruder that had come into the home. I think that's what they're trying to insinuate.
Which was bittersweet, but still, like, I don't know.
I think for him, he always wants to be in control, and he wants to be in control of his emotions, and he wants to be like the hero type. Yeah. And he didn't feel like the hero type on that situation.
No, well, because he literally ran over and just beat up a guy. Yeah. He didn't take like the time or the calm approach to the situation. He just heard screaming, reacted to what he was thinking about, and went over and just started beating this guy up.
Which is very un-Randall-like.
Broke that guy's whatever.
Orbital bone.
Orbital socket or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, the thing is like he just like overreacted from his emotions but he was overwhelmed, but like that's like, he's lucky the guy was really mugging. I mean, what if
If it was in his imagination.
In his imagination, or like I said, like, because they clipped away. I was like, what if?
Yeah.
What if? Just what if? It was a husband and wife, and the husband was like, you know,
like arguing or something?
Arguing.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I bought you this purse for our anniversary, and she's like, well, I'm keeping it. And he's like, no, give me this back. It's ridiculous. We got to pay rent. Or she bought it, and it's an expensive purse. He's like, we need to buy our kids birthday presents.
He saw it differently.
And he's trying to return it, and she's like, give it. And she's overreacting, or he's overreacting, and he saw it as a mugging.
Yeah.
And he goes and pounds a guy, and he's in jail for assault. He's lucky.
That's what Jay thought was happening. About. Luckily, it ended up being that he was technically a hero.
Lucky.
But I think in his mind, he doesn't think he was a hero because he knew he was out of control with his emotions, and that's very unlike Randall.
It's totally a mess.
So he ends up going into work, and everyone's clapping, saying, you're a hero. Ugh, this shirt is like being all crazy right here. And he ends up just walking out and going home, and he's like literally about to have his meltdown. Goes and locks himself in the bathroom, starts crying, and calls Kev.
Yeah.
Which is surprising that he didn't call Beth.
Well.
Why do you think he didn't call Beth? Normally Beth is like his person.
Maybe he took advice from the guy in front of his house.
Oh, because he said sometimes you can't tell your wife.
Sometimes it's not always stuff you can talk to your wife about, or sometimes you just need to talk about things. And then Kev said, well, do you just want to throw the ball back and forth and just talk?
Yeah. Just
banter back and forth, just to kind of loosen things up. And the guy who suggested therapy said, you don't always have to talk about deep things. Sometimes you just got to talk about your day.
Yeah.
Talk about surface stuff.
Yeah,
maybe he wanted to just talk to Kevin about nonsense. Just to relax.
Yeah.
You know?
Calm down.
And I feel like Kevin's really sweet too. He like is very kind, and he's like, calm down, just breathe, just relax, he's not like, oh well, what's going on? He's like, just okay, well let me just tell you about the drama going on with me then. You just listen. And then that's when,
you know what's funny though is I feel like Kev and Randall had a hard time in childhood. Like Kev was not very nice to Randall, and it's funny because it seems like as Kev's gotten older, he's a much kinder person. Yeah. And he's like there for Randall now, whereas back in the day he didn't support Randall.
He didn't seem like the undies jokes and stuff.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? And then it says, and then Kev says, as he's talking to Randall, that what does he say? That he went to the funeral?
No, I think he was just talking about, well, let me talk about
my week has been insane.
My week has been insane. And then he sits up.
And you see.
And it's morning time, and then.
A girl in the bed.
You see the.
I'm pretty sure it's Sophie. Jay thinks it might not be.
You never know if.
I think it's Sophie.
Well, I mean, it's pointing to that because he went to see.
Sophie's.
Her, she called him.
Sophie is his wife that he has the baby with in the preview.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
I mean, I hope it is.
Oh, now she has to poo, this dog.
She's like, oh, you guys are doing nothing.
She's like, what? Oh, you don't want me to play with my koala? Well, I have to poop. Good girl. Go outside. Well, I think it's Sophie.
You gonna bet it's Sophie?
Yeah, you want to do another bet?
No, you still haven't paid me for the last one.
Oh, that's true. I haven't.
I made
you rice last night.
Huh?
I made you rice last night.
No, you didn't.
I made you.
I made the rice. You put stuff in it.
I put stuff in it for you.
I didn't ask you to do that, and that don't pay off the bet. Full dinner with cleanup.
Whatever.
This is what happens with our bets. She never comes through.
I love making bets. I never.
She never pays them. It's like we can bet whatever.
I'll bet you $1 million.
Oh, okay, great. I lose and she's whatever. Anyway,
I'm gonna say it's Sophie. It's definitely Sophie. They're gonna get married and they're gonna have a baby.
I'm gonna say it's not Sophie.
Okay.
And Sophie's gonna be mad at him because he left with a girl at the funeral, and then they're gonna get together and talk about it.
Or is it the mom? The mom that went to the military that he was in AA with? Because wasn't she in Pittsburgh? Or no, that was somewhere else.
I don't remember.
No, it's Sophie.
That was where Nick lived.
Yeah, it's Sophie. It's definitely Sophie.
I'm just gonna say it's not just because.
Okay, I mean, you're just interested.
Just to offset the bet. Just to under it. Anyway, am I boring you?
No, I'm like tired and starving.
Me hungry.
Okay, so we're so hungry. You just had a smoothie, babe.
That was just post-workout.
Oh, wow. You're so buff.
I had it in the kitchen.
I'm really starving. I think that Randall is not done yet. I think that he's going to explode. He's gonna have his full-on meltdown. There is no, okay, he's too much of an overachiever. Why does he do this to himself? He's like, I'm gonna buy an apartment complex. It's every time that he wants to be a hero, he ends up ruining it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't do it. He shoots too high.
He doesn't know his limits.
He doesn't. He thinks that he is so amazing that he can do everything. But you have to know where you draw your line. And right now with his mom and that stress and her asking not to tell everyone, which is kind of not cool on the mom's part, on Rebecca. They're all her kids. Why should only one of them know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know why she's doing it. She's like, oh, well, you know, what's her name? Kate just had the baby and that's really stressful. And Kev, I think Kev could handle it. He doesn't get too stressed out.
No.
I just think it's hard. Why does she make it only about Randall?
Well, and then Randall doesn't want Kate to know about his house being broken into either. So they're like all creating little secrets in there.
Too many secrets in the family. Not good. But I don't think we're done with Randall. I think Randall is, there's still gonna be more poop happening and he's gonna,
I think
this is only the beginning.
Yeah. They'll probably find the guy who broke into his house and then he'll have to confront him and then...
Oh, it's gonna be stressful.
Who knows? It'll just...
I have no clue what's gonna happen next week.
Because he did call the police after he found out. So we don't know if they dusted the upstairs.
Yeah.
They could have found a fingerprint, boom. They found the guy
Yeah.
and who knows.
Oh, you just never know with this stuff. It's like...
The show.
You can't predict. But I don't think we're done with Randall. I do think he's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse in the bathroom.
For sure. Or even if it's not in the bathroom, he'll have a bigger meltdown at some point. And Kev is definitely gonna marry Sophie.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen with Kate? We didn't even see Kate this episode.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they do that, actually. These are not my favorite episodes. I like it when they go back and forth between all of them because I want to see what everyone's up to. I don't like it when they just focus on one person's story because then I feel like I don't know what Kate's doing. I need to know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
We'll see. But I'm really hoping that Kate doesn't divorce. What's his name? Toby. I feel like they've had some troubles. We'll see. Maybe that'll be next week. You think they fixed it?
I don't think they will.
Okay.
I don't.
The forever optimist.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, interesting. Well, we shall see.
You're a bit pessimistic.
A little bit.
I am a bit optimistic.
You kind of are.
Am I?
I don't know. I think we really, that's not true. I think in shows you're the optimist and I'm the pessimist, but in life you're the pessimist and I'm the optimist.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you. I'm so nice. I'm actually a pessimist, I would say. I think you are more optimistic. You're like, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
And I'm like, babe, that's unrealistic.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It'll all be great. Nothing you can do about it.
I feel like, yeah, that is very
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about really anything.
Yeah,
I do some things, but I don't worry about much.
I think, see, I always expect the worst because then I like to be pleasantly surprised when it's not as bad as I expected it.
I think it's a terrible way to live.
I think that's a great way to live.
I think it's a trash way to live.
It's not trash.
You expect the worst, so you live. It's like living
You're always pleasantly surprised.
That's like living in filth and then expecting a flower to float by. I'd rather live in flowers than all of a sudden a piece of poo floats by.
It's like when you go in for a job interview, you're like, I'm definitely not going to get this job. I'm going to try my very best, but I'm not going to get it. And then when you get it, you're like, winning.
But that shows though. If you walk in, I'm probably not going to get this job.
I don't.
You got to walk in like, I'm going to get this job. If you don't, who cares?
But I don't.
It wasn't meant to be.
I'm not portraying my inner doubt. Okay, I am having inner doubt so that
you sound like that Alaya girl trying to sell herself to me right now. you are not selling it.
You know what? Whatever. You be unrealistic over there thinking you're gonna win at everything in life. I'll be realistic over here.
I got you, didn't I?
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's because he's a shady little character and made me fall in love with him when I should have known better. I'm so hungry. We need to go eat. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think? Is Sophie in the bed or is it some random? And have we seen the last of Randall's meltdowns? Or is this only the beginning?
No and no.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see you next week, but we'll see you before that. But we'll see you for This Is Us, for a This Is Us recap next week. But we'll see you in another video soon. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't checked out, we have a Bachelor recap that is up. That was up yesterday, so that's already up, so go watch that. And we have a IKEA haul coming for you very soon. So thank you guys. Love you. Mwah. Bye.